Roman Reigns wasn't in that building on Monday night, didn't throw a single punch, didn't cut a single promo, didn't walk through a single curtain, and somehow he was the most talked about man on the entire show. Because while the tribal chief was absent, 3 separate fires started in his house, all on the same night, all pointed directly at him. What is going on, wrestling family? Welcome back to WWE Galaxy. I'm Nova. Raw June 8th in Paris gave us something genuinely fascinating. Not a match, not a title change, a pressure map, 3 different men, 3 different angles, all converging on Roman Reigns at the exact same time. And the most dangerous part, Roman couldn't respond to any of it. Hit that like button, subscribe to WWE Galaxy, and let's break all 3 down. Let's start inside the Bloodline, because this is where the most dangerous crack is forming. Backstage on Monday, the Usos got in Jacob Fatu's face. They wanted answers. Fatu had just walked away from Seth Rollins earlier in the night, left the Usos hanging when they needed him to handle business. And Jay and Jimmy wanted to know why. Fatu's answer was short, direct, and it changed everything. He told them straight he acknowledges Roman Reigns. Not them. Roman. Only Roman. And then he walked off. Now here's why that moment is so much bigger than it looks on the surface. The Bloodline's whole power structure runs on a chain of command. Roman at the top, everyone else falling in line beneath him. That chain only works if every link holds. And what Fatu just did publicly, on camera, in front of the entire roster, is he snapped the link between himself and the Usos completely. He didn't quit the Bloodline. He didn't turn on Roman. He did something more complicated and more dangerous than either of those things. He drew a line. I answer to Roman. I don't answer to you. That means the Usos can no longer speak for Roman Reigns. And if they can't speak for him, what exactly is their authority worth? And more importantly, does Roman even know this fracture is happening while he's not there to manage it? Because that right there is how empires crack. Not from the outside, from the middle. While the Bloodline was fracturing backstage, 2 men stepped up on camera and took direct shots at Roman from completely different directions. Seth Rollins went on record. He told the world he has a date down the line with Roman Reigns. Said Roman is holding a title that doesn't belong to him, a title that Seth built, that Seth made, that belongs to Seth. And then he said the line that cuts deepest, that Roman Reigns is a man who can't seem to win when it actually matters. That's not just a promo, that's a receipts conversation. Rollins and Roman have history that runs deep, brothers turned rivals, a relationship that has flipped so many times neither of them can fully trust what the other one is anymore. And Rollins naming him publicly, specifically, on the same night the Bloodline is already cracking backstage, the timing of that is not accidental. And then LA Knight grabbed a microphone and said what a lot of people have been thinking, that Roman Reigns has everyone trapped in the Bloodline vortex, that the whole structure around him is a gravitational pull that swallows people whole. And Knight made it clear he's aiming directly at Roman. He's not interested in the vortex. He's interested in the man at the center of it. So stop and count what just happened on one single Monday night. Fatu splitting from the Usos inside the Bloodline, Rollins declaring himself the rightful champion from outside it, and Knight calling the whole operation out in the middle of the ring for the live crowd in Paris. 3 fires. 0 response from Roman, because Roman wasn't there. Here's the reframe, because this is the part that matters most. Every major threat to Roman Reigns over the last few years has come at him one at a time. One challenger, one storyline, one person he could focus on, manage, and ultimately overcome. The Bloodline could protect against a single threat because the numbers always worked. But what happened on Monday isn't one threat, it's 3. Coming from 3 different directions, inside the structure, outside the structure, and directly at the foundation of it. And Roman can't be in 3 places at once. Neither can the Bloodline, especially now that Fatu just told the Usos he doesn't take orders from them. This isn't a siege. It's a collapse starting from 3 corners simultaneously. Roman Reigns has to come back to a Raw where his own enforcer has publicly defied his lieutenants, where Seth Rollins has planted a flag with his name on it, where LA Knight is standing in the middle of his company calling his entire operation a Vortex on live television in front of a European crowd, and he has to answer all of it. Now, Roman Reigns answering multiple threats at once is not something he's never done. The man has navigated more complicated situations than this, but those situations had one thing this one doesn't. He was present when they started. He was in the room. He could manage the variables in real time. He wasn't in Paris on Monday. And 3 people used that absence to say things that are now now public record. Things the entire WWE universe heard. Things that don't disappear just because the tribal chief walks back through the curtain. The question isn't whether Roman can survive this. He probably can. The question is what it costs him, and whether the bloodline he comes back to is the same one he left. 3 fires on one Monday night. Fatu splitting from the Usos. Rollins calling his shot. Knight calling his whole operation a Vortex. And Roman Reigns not there for any of it. That's not a bad night for the tribal chief. That's the opening chapter of something that's going to demand his full attention, and then some. Drop your answer in the comments right now. Which of the 3 is the biggest threat to Roman Reigns? Fatu cracking the bloodline from the inside, Rollins coming for the title, or Knight calling the whole thing out publicly? I want to know where you stand. Like the video, subscribe to WWE Galaxy, and I'll see you in the next one. I'm Nova, and we'll see you when Roman has to answer.